And now it's time to consider your reel, the one piece of PR material that shows exactly what you can do. It has to be put together pretty well, and let's see how we can do this. I assume firstly that you've probably not got a reel, that you need to get this established from scratch. You need to build it from nowhere. So what I'm suggesting is you're always going to need to be able to present something. It's good to present it with pictures, and the best way to do this is check around on YouTube or various advertising sites on the net and see if you can find something that looks great and that you think you could write something in your style that highlights your talent, that makes you look as good as you possibly can. Here's a couple of examples. Okay, excuse the change in sound. I've just gone to a headset. This particular video that I found on YouTube was an ad that looks really good and would look great on a reel. It's got pretty simple sound. They've used just some solo piano and some keyboard synths or pads, and it's going to be pretty easy to do this kind of thing, replace the sound and make something for our reel. So this is the first example. So I'll just put these pictures aside. Okay, so what I've done initially, I'll just mute these guys here, is I've just grabbed some underwater sound from actually from the Apple loops over here, but it's this guy here. So it doesn't matter where you grab it from, it's just a little bit of underwater ambience. And you often have to do this to make a reel look and sound good. You have to make it sound like a finished commercial, so you need to grab the odd sound effect just to make it convincing. Okay, a little bit of underwater sound just burbling along there. Then I've added the piano to it. It's a very simple piano. I'm trying to keep this simple and straightforward. So a solo piano. Okay, and clearly if you're a guitar player, you'd feature guitar. You might do some really nice acoustic guitar or underwater electric or whatever is your talent and whatever's going to make you look and sound the best possible. Okay, next we've got this keyboard thing that I've just added, sounding like this. Then towards the end I've got another sound effect here that is as she comes out of the water. Okay, and more effects, just the water lapping. Okay, and when that super comes up at the end, I've also got a little tiny bit of return of the piano theme. And another sound for the end super. And that all happens with the water lapping. Then just for a textural thing I added a voice as well. Now as it turns out I just grabbed another loop, a freebie, just a public domain loop. This is another Apple loop thing. And that's in the wrong key and the wrong time and so on, so I've had to flex it. I've had to change the actual pitch and stretch the notes or change them so that they fitted into time and into tune, because if you hear it like this, horrendous. Okay, so maybe it's okay for a horror film, but for this you can see what I've done over here is basically changed the pitch using this, and I've stretched out a couple of notes and changed the timing so that it ends up sounding like with with some reverbs and delays and things like that. Okay, put the whole thing together and it sounds like this.